Welcome back. The number of women sitting on boards of Fortune 500 companies is increasing, but according to a new report, at the current pace, top corporate boards in the U.S. might not represent the nation's population until the year 2060. Here to explain, Maggie McGrath, editor of Forbes Women, and Huma Abedin, vice chair of Forbes and Know Your Values 3050 Summit. Good to have you guys. Maggie, what exactly did the study find about the makeup of women on Fortune 500 boards?
So, Mika, the big top line number here is 44.7%. That is the percent of women and people from underrepresented racial groups currently serving on America's corporate boards. It's the highest ever rate, and that's up from 38% just 3 years ago. So that's some of the good news. If you break out the number of women across all ethnic groups, we get a rate of 30.4%, so a little under a third of all corporate board seats are held by women. That is up from 26.5% 3 years ago, and it was under 17% in 2012. But when you look at women of color, that's where you see the progress stall. We have just 7.8% representation now, and that's up from 5.7% 3 years ago. So it's changing, but it's not changing fast enough.
So, Huma, let's dive in on that. For minority women who have historically lagged behind their white counterparts, how did they fare here? What are the biggest takeaways from this?
I thought one of the biggest takeaways in the last 2 years, the progress made specifically for women of color and underrepresented minorities in the last 2 years has actually been quite an improvement. I mean, women of color have had 127 board seats combined, compared with 95 board seats that went to white women in the last 2 years. But even then, the progress is also uneven. Most of those board seats went to African-American women, so it was 86 of those seats went to African-American women. 24 of those seats went to women of Asian-American Pacific Islander heritage, and only 14%, which I thought was a very surprising number, even though the Latina population is one of the Latina and Latino population is one of the largest growing populations in this country, then only 14 seats went there. So it's uneven, but there is progress. And I do think it's important to remind that people that maybe part of this is, this it's one of the takeaways in this report is that the social activism that people have been participating in the last 2 years, particularly after the murder of George Floyd in 2020 and post-pandemic, that companies really are looking to see how they can get a little bit more across the board diversity. And so we just have to continue working at it.
And Maggie, you're covering those efforts at Forbes Women. What can companies do? What are they doing to diversify their boards, to make inclusion an expectation, an assumption, not just a nice to have, and the challenges they're facing?
There are challenges. I spoke with Heidi Roizen. She was on the 2021 50 over 50 list. She's a veteran board director and also a venture capitalist. Her phone rings a lot with people inviting her to serve on boards, and because she's busy, she advises or recommends that these companies go to other women, perhaps younger women who don't have board experience, but who have experience as CEOs, CFOs, CEOs, operational experience that would make them terrific additions to any board. However, companies will tell her, oh, we're looking for someone who already has board experience. So her message and the message from other sources I've spoken to is, we really have to appreciate the experience that women bring as founders and executives and operators, even if they don't have prior board experience.
Well, bringing more women to the table is all about what we talk about at the 3050 Summit every March in Abu Dhabi. And we start, of course, by announcing our 50 over 50 lists. And we start with the U.S. list, which is going to be announced in just a few weeks. But before that, Huma, we have a few judges that we're going to announce for the 50 over 50 list. And today we're unveiling a few more. Who are they?
Well, Helene Gayle, who was on the 2022 Impact list herself, is now serving as one of our judges, and we're thrilled to have her. She is currently the president of Spelman College, and a competitive HBCU women's historically black college. But beyond that, Helene Gayle really is one of our leading public health experts in this country. Before that, she ran one of the oldest community foundations in the country. She's been an advocate on behalf of empowering women and girls around the world, and in leading the efforts for the HIV and AIDS program at other foundations. She's a dynamic force, and we're thrilled to have her be one of our judges.
And in addition to Helene, I'm thrilled to say we have Bobbi Brown. She was one of the faces of the 2022 50 over 50 list. She is the founder and CEO of Jones Road Beauty, and we are so excited to draw on her entrepreneurial expertise. She founded one other company, sold it, signed a 25-year non-compete, and started this company in her 60s. So she brings, speaking of operational experience, operational and entrepreneurial experience that will help us identify founders in fashion, beauty, retail, and beyond.
All right, and we'll be announcing the 50 over 50 list, the U.S. list, on August 1st. It is so good. Maggie McGrath and Huma Abedin, thank you both once again for being on this morning.